Okay, are you sure I have your full attention?
Yes, now.
Okay, let's go.
Sex.
Yes?
Let's talk about sex.
No, let's not. I just want to make sure I have your full attention. What we're going to talk about is motivation management. Basically, today, our company here is going to talk with you and find out 4 strategic points that we want us as a company to have all of our associates to understand and to work with. Point number 1, everybody should have a plan. It is very important for each one of us, as an individual, as an employee, as an employer, as a brother, as a partner, to have a plan in life for everything. The big problem with plans usually is people are just looking forward. And this is one valid point. You should look forward, because that's where the future is. You should decide today where you want to be in 10, 15, 20 years. This is basic. But before looking forward, you have to look back at our mistakes and back at our story. And it's very important to make a future that collides with everything we did not want in the past. My story as an individual and as a professional was forged in misery. By the age of 7, I was living in an old townhouse with my parents, immigrants, and me and 2 sisters living in one room on a mattress. And we didn't have hot water. We had a TV, but we could never listen to it for one simple reason. If the sound was up, the landlord would know we were home and would go knock on our door, ask for the rent. So when I look back at this, and I look at the future, this is exactly what I never want to happen again. So I will build my path with that. Some of you as professionals will look back at the day you had a crappy job, at the day you were sitting in a secretary working from 9 to 6 with a horrible boss. And this is what you have to define. Is that where you want to go back to, or do you want to build something different for you? Prepare a plan. Point number 2, you are a star. You are as good as it gets. If this was a movie, this would be a movie about Rui's life, about Paul's life, about each one of you as an individual is a star. This is very important for you to understand. Your success is based on your ability to be a star in your own history, in your own movie. You have to look each day in the mirror and say, yes, I can. Yes, I am possible. I can achieve anything I want. And to start on this, you must remember how lucky you are. Each one of you is very lucky. You're lucky because you're able to get out of bed and stand on your 2 feet. In Portugal, 3% of the population uses a wheelchair. Those 3% cannot go out of the bed in the morning. 3%. That's 3 persons out of every 100 is not as lucky as you. In Portugal, 2.2% of the population has a mental disability. That means, although they can get out of bed in the morning, they will not be as lucky as you or as Grasa. They won't have the chance to go and have a job where they can use their head. Not possible. You are lucky. You have that chance. You are the star. You are the main character in your history. Back in the 80s, there was a rookie player that played for the LA Lakers, the basketball team. And on the first game, he scored 2 points. 1 shot, lucky shot, at the end of the game. The game was won, he scored 2 points. Magic Johnson, who was the star of the team, did 78 points. At the end of the game, all the journalists went to Magic Johnson and asked lots of questions. The rookie was waiting there alone, and somebody asked him about his 2 points. When finally the reporter said, "How do you feel today?" he said, "I feel great. We did a great game today. You know why? Because me and Magic together, we scored 80 points. And that was the important thing. Your small successes will be our big successes. Each one of you is a valuable member of the organization. So it's important for us to understand each star that shines will make this a great organization. A ship in the harbor is safe, but ships are not supposed to be in a harbor. That's not what they were built for. If you have the ability, if you have the potential, you should be out there in the best jobs, doing your best work. ABC, always be closing. Each step of the way, always be closing. I'm in a meeting, you're not listening to me. I will talk until you listen to me. Always be closing. You're with a client, the client doesn't give a damn about your proposal. This one won't listen, the next one will listen. Always be closing. A circle is something nice. This is not very nice, because it's just a line with no purpose. The main thing in business everybody should understand, and there's no point doing 99% if you don't get 100%. If the deal isn't closed, if the partnership isn't done, if your work is not finished, you should have well not have done it. Because basically, if you're not going to do it from the beginning to the end, don't do it. You should have goals. My goal is not I'm going to close a big client, I'm going to close a client. I don't care which one, I will do it. I will get it. I will get all the staff working. If 7 of you are working and 1 is not working, it's not good enough. I prefer to have 7 working and the other one just to go home. Because I want the whole staff working and the whole staff working at all the time. And that's why, if you're going to purpose yourself to something, always be closing. Last and not more important, the sky is the limit. Everything is feasible in life. Everything. You just have to put yourself through it. Robert Kennedy once said, people look at things and ask why. I look at things and ask why not. The big question is, what is the question you'll be doing? What is your plan? Do you feel able to do the plan? Are you really the star of that plan? Are you able to close the deal? Are you able to propose yourself to goals and then proceed them? The big problem in life is people just don't want to give enough. I understand. The job finishes at 6, at 6:15 I have to go pick up my kid at school. And the other guys can stay until 7, he has no kids. Okay, you know what I'm going to do? Next day, I will be at the office at 7 a.m. If the guy is at 7, I'll be in at 6. If a report needs to be delivered, I will go to home, take care of my kids, sleep. After 3 hours, I will get up and get the job done. I think all of you know 50 Cent, the rapper. 50 Cent did a movie. And he did the movie and wrote the songs. And people ask him, when you're not doing the movie, you're writing the songs, so when do you sleep? 50 answered, sleeping is for people that are broken. As long as you have not closed your deals, not accomplished your goals, not executed your plan, you haven't reached the sky. No point having a nice desk if it's at the bottom of an ocean. And you will say, but my goal in life is not to be successful at my job. My goal in life is to have a happy family. So I will tell you, work hard for 10 years, make loads of money, and then go live the next 30 years with your family. Some people will say, my goal is to travel around the world. It's easy to travel around the world when you have money. I'll tell you that. Mainly what you have to understand is, if you're going to put yourself in a position to be a star, be a star. Because there's no story that ends at half. The movies don't end at intermission in the cinema, and your life should not end at half just because you're not willing to go all the way to the sky. Thank you, and have a good evening.